この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Fire Force. We are on episode 19 of Anin no Shobutai. Last week on Fire Force we did pretty much an exclusively like a training and gearing up mission episode type of thing. It was actually pretty fun. It was kind of cute, kind of enjoyable. Kind of funny in a couple of moments. It was a good time. So Shinra is training to condense his flames down to eke out the maximum amount of thrust and power that he can get out of them. Maki has been outfitted with these cool like flying hammer fist thing. I don't actually know what they are. I think I assume that she punches things really hard from a distance using her flame control stuff. We got some cool grenades that apparently use magnetism to snuff out fires, which is kind of cool. And Arthur learned the incredibly important skill of not yelling that you're about to attack immediately before attacking. Smart. Well on his way to becoming a high-level rogue. It's not a sneaky guy. That's kind of what we did in the last episode. There are some other things brewing in the background. Giovanni's still out there doing stuff. They arrested or something a fake Giovanni, which is interesting. There's definitely some things going on behind the scenes, but we haven't really focused on them because we've been focused on learning Tenokata and Naruto hand signs to make our fire powers better, which is cool. Fine, great. Don't know what we're gonna get this episode. I do expect that there will be some payoffs from all of the time that we sort of sunk into training in the last episode, which would mean that I would expect a fight of some kind. Probably not a big fight, but like a minor fight. I would like to know what people are gonna like name their cool moves and stuff like that. I assume we're gonna probably get a payoff. That's the only assumption that I have. It'll probably go straight out the window as soon as the episode starts. Still very interested in finding out more in the little intro segments that are doing kind of little mini lore dumps by Iris, who is apparently reading these things from their equivalent of a Bible, which tells the story in mythological terms, sort of the founding of Amaterasu and like the whole nature of society in the world at the moment. So interested in that. Definitely interested in more lore dumps. Hopefully we get some actually good, interesting things in it this time. We'll see. Anyway, I think that's all I wanted to say about the last episode. Let's go ahead and dive on into the next episode and find out what we find out, see what we see, talk about what we want to talk about, and that'll be it. So there will be two versions of this reaction video. You can find a picture-in-picture version with the video up there in the corner, linked in the description, and a timer-based version up on YouTube. If you want to sync up your own copy of the episode with a timer-based version, you can do that. Just get your copy ready, because the beep beep timer to count you down will be starting now. All right. And volume. That's a big eye. Right. Right. That sounded like stuff we already knew, but that's okay. Unsullied flame. Where is this? Is this in Amaterasu? It's a cool shot. Oh boy. Hi. Hi. Hello. Ooh. Right, we're going to the nether. I forgot about that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh. Oh. Eh. Hmm. The nether is also mythologically not glowing eyes. I cast Fireball. And wake up. Oh, okay, we're gonna actually continue this little cute dream. Well, time to pay up on that promise. Cool. Nether equals Underdark? Okay. Hmm. Subway map. Cool. Cool. All right. We're killing him. We could just kill him. Hmm? Hmm? uh, this is different. You're linking with someone new? Iris? What just happened? Or an explosion. And I mean, they're underground, right? And he just linked with Iris? While there was a glow of heat coming from his nethers? Okay. Don't know how to read that. So is Iris adolified? I guess he felt something similar when Giovanni was on the way. And Giovanni hasn't given any indication that he's adolified. It's more like an early warning system or a spider sense that something is wrong. Okay. I'm sure we'll find out in time. Hmm. Oh. Oh, okay. You really do. Okay. Great. So this is the moment of the OP. Eh, why are you staring at me? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's go do that. Oh. Mm-hmm. It's a cool shot. Hmm. Gathering things. Oh. Yep. Thank you. I like this track. Oh, and now it ends. I think it's a trap. But okay. Mm. Hmm. Oh. Oh. Certainly. So we got that guy and a guy without a face or wearing a mask who is weird. Is he the illusionist guy? I assume so. That's not real. That's not real. That's not real. All right, splitting the party. Eh? It's not real. Oh boy. It's a quick way to sow some confusion. And you're alone. The little nose. Yep, nobody would think to make that. Oh, smart. Wow. Powerful tactics. What? Oh, cool. Okay. Assault the Slaughterer. Oh boy. That's somebody who will be easy to kill. And really big. I'm sure. Just gotta build up her bads a little bit. The Fire Blast. This would be a perfect... I doubt it. Also, one of you is glowing. And you're glowing. Or it could be a really simple one. Oh, that's the real one. Really? Okay. Well, that confirms it. Okay. That's a thing that happened. Is this assault the slaughterer? Probably. Yep. All right. Cool. All right. Hi, Maki. Oh. You're fucked now. Yeah. If you're people, I can punch you. Nah, she was crazy before. Good luck, buddy. Mm-hmm. All right. All right, witch. Hmm. What did you call me? Uh-huh. It's pretty badass. What are those? Okay. That's pretty fucking badass. That was a crunch. Oh, that was a fun fight scene, yo. Payoff, right? Alright, flail. That's a big flail, buddy. Neat. Okay. Okay. Get it, girl. And a gorilla cyclops, right. There we go. Oh, that is his head? Hi, Assault. What's your deal? Oh. Is that about to explode? What the fuck was that? They look like bullets, but they seem to function like relatively low velocity missiles. Okay. Okay. So this is what they were talking about. Hey, actually, like a moment for Tamaki. That's good. Most of the time. All right. I'm down for this. Let's go, Tamaki. Cool. Oh. Uh. Oh. All right, Iris. Nice. All right. Oh, Jesus. Hit. Oh. Oh my god. They caved that guy's head in. Oh, Jesus. And that's the episode. Okay. Is there like an after thing? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. Hmm. All right, and GK? Wearing his pride. I don't know who that could be. I mean, Pride sounds like Arthur, but could be really anyone. Something that I just noticed offhand, and you might have seen me look away and start Googling something. There, yeah, I haven't seen this logo before, this Kakani accelerated in between animation, so I went and Googled it. It's a 2D automatic tweening software. I wonder where they're using that for in between animation. I don't know because I don't know how you would recognize computer assisted tweening versus actual hand done tweens. I just don't know. Interesting. Uh, I kind of like this episode. It was mostly pretty solid. The highlight for me was absolutely 100% the Tamaki fight. There was some solidly cool animation and some genuine choreography and some like good shit in it. I would also put it into the realm of sort of paying off something that was set up in the last episode. We had this setup that she's got these hammer things. We don't know exactly what they're going to do, but we assume that she's probably going to punch things with them really cool. And she goes up against an entire squad of people, including Flail, who we've seen as a pretty effective fighter in the past. So it's a pretty good setup for a fight. Um, the secondary thing that's kind of neat is this one episode setup of this guy Assault the Slaughterer. I don't know about you, but when I hear a character's name is something as ridiculous and over the top as like Assault the Slaughterer, the Flame Bomb, whatever the fuck his name was, I'm immediately thinking that this is a Fall Guy. Like, oh, what would be another example? There are so many times when this is done in shonen, and I can't even think of one where you build up the biggest berserk. Any of the gigantic armored guys who come up against young guts. There's your idea. The ginormous like you can't defeat me, and then he's like shing, I cut you in half, and it builds up the main character, or in this case, Tamaki. Is it earned? Not really, because the character hasn't been set up before. Assault the Slaughterer doesn't matter, hasn't been set up. The only setup we get is in the context of trying to make this fight seem like it's cool and to lend some credibility to Tamaki as more than just a Lucky Lecture Lure fan service character. Uh, I like that we're trying to add a little bit of like character to this character. It might be a little too late, but that's okay. I can appreciate the attempt. It's also rather thin because it's just a guy who was introduced right now, and I don't really understand what his attacks are doing. Partly because they seem to like hit her and push her back really slowly. I guess that's explained by her resistance to fire stuff, but I don't get it. So that's fine. Um, the whole sequence in the intro section where we say Neza like 30 times in a row as they're standing in front of it is kind of hilarious. I actually really like the way this whole scene is paced and directed, and some of the voice actresses specifically put in a pretty good performance of being funny with it, and then bringing in the lieutenant to shut it down and move us in was also solid. The little joke about the doors opening, which is kind of playing off of the trope of like you approach the creepy mansion, the door opens for you, it's a trap. Well, it is a trap, and we know that the evangelist and people know that they're coming, but it was just Vulcan pulling a switch. These are little cute kind of things. There's also, I don't know how to explain it, but there's a niceness to some of the flow of these outdoor shots and just the flow and pacing of scenes throughout this episode that, I don't know, it makes me think that somebody rather skilled is doing the episode direction once again, and that's kind of cool to see. There's like a palpable little bit of tension and nervousness in the characters as they come up here, and that's nice. It's cool. I particularly like this shot with the sort of long triangular shadows peeling off of the characters as they walk up in their big bulky suits toward this place. It's just kind of cool looking. That's it. The whole scene of them standing shoulder to shoulder, getting it all together before they actually dive on into Zaneza. The whole idea of a fog cloud and then a bunch of mirages. So that guy's Mirage. I didn't recognize him because I'm stupid, so sorry. Yeah, the whole idea of a fog cloud and mirages is great to split up the entire party. It's also nice to split them up into maybe like unexpected duos and pairings that allow them to shine in interesting ways. That's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. I also really like the aesthetic of this room where Sho is, with the beam of blue light that sort of illuminates him as though he's an angel in some sort of a grand cathedral. It's got a nice parallel to the cathedral areas that they actually live in, the Fire Force do, and sort of plays into the whole demons and angels aesthetic that we're going for. It's good. It's nice. Works. So Arrow is on the way. I assume that Arrow is going to end up fighting Shinra at some point, but I don't know. And how do you prove that Tamaki is Tamaki? Well, nobody else could Lucky Lecture that well. All right, and it is Assault the Slaughterer. All right, buddy. Cool. This is by far the scene that I like best. There's a kind of a wonderful, oh boy, these guys don't know what the fuck they're talking about as she gets prepped up. There are some really cool poses where she gets ready to go, and this whole sequence where she is just taking these blasts. We've got the shaky cam going crazy and lots of effects and good things going on. It's just cool looking. This is just badass Maki at her finest, and it's a nice thing to see. There are just some cool moments here. There's character in the way that she's fighting, and that's not always something that's there, and it's, I think, really well done. Explosions look fucking dope. Fire continuously looks really good in the show, as it should, but I think what looks best are these hand-to-hand sequences. Which are actually awesome. The payoff and literally the impact of these giant flying hammer things is great. The sound design on them is really fun. Like this guy hits this pillar in just a moment, and I'm gonna put it at like half volume because I know it's gonna be loud. So that is a sickening crunch right there, and that's exactly what we want, right? Oh shit, this thing has impact. And then bam, right into the side of the head, and we see his head kind of topple from the impact. There's brutality here. There's also a cool flow to things. As this is happening, our attention goes with flails, and then he realizes that another one is coming, ducks out of the way, it impacts there. We cut to this side to show him falling, and at the same time, we've got the character who's about to engage her hand-to-hand running up to do so. There's a lot going on, and there's a clear sense of like the space and layout of this combat that makes it feel more real and makes it feel like it's a little bit filmic, a little bit John Woo, a little bit Kung Fu film, little bit Crouching Tiger stuff here. I don't know if I love these little bursty effects as they actually hit each other, but the general like smears and the seeming knowledge of the combat, and not only that, but how to shoot it and when to pull in for close-ups to add to it is kind of cool. the little flippity backety thingy. It's nice. Hippity hoppity, hippity hoppity. And then she just grabs this guy or girl by the scruff of the neck and headbutts. Fuck you. You can handspring away all you want. It's almost Indiana Jonesy with the pulling the gun. It's like, oh, you're doing all these fancy things. Bam. You're done. You're done, son. And then another one comes in and gets more of the same. These little close-ups for individual blows are cool, and they're helped out immensely by the sound design. Crunches around. Thunk, thunk, thwack. And a little bit of humanity there when we can actually see the features of the character right before she crumples its skull. Holds him there, just waits. And then we get this sort of glory shot. Boom. You ready to fucking go? Let's do this. And Flail, see, this is part of the thing that I'm talking about with the other guy, with Assault the Slaughterer. Flail, we've seen. He's been on missions, he's been doing stuff, he's been teaming up with Mirage, he's been fighting people, he held Arthur at bay, easy peasy, he held Shinra at bay for a little while. He's relatively strong. We know this about him. Assault the Slaughterer, we don't know shit about. He doesn't matter. We know that he doesn't matter because he's only being introduced now. Flail matters a little bit more. And so it makes for a stronger moment for Maki than it does for Tamaki. I should not get them confused. They are vastly different characters. Some cool effects animation and impacty stuff and exploding squares of rubble and things. And some, again, cool hand-to-hand combat as Maki absolutely pummels this guy. Some shades of what we had in the first OP from her. And honestly, just really cool direction and or storyboarding for a lot of these cuts. This whole Maki segment is one of my favorite fights so far in Fire Force, and that's kind of saying something. There have been some really cool fights in Fire Force. And, of course, we finish it with the callback about the Gorilla Cyclops line. And he has a literal fucking dent in his skull, so I don't think he's going to be getting back up anytime soon. Again, not really sure how this guy's powers function, doesn't really seem to matter that much, but having this moment that we're curious about immediately, where Tamaki pulls aside the captain and talks to him about something, not knowing what that was, and then getting this moment here, it kind of gives her like a bit of character. Why are you here? Why are you fighting? What are you fighting for? What are you willing to do? She wants to be someone who protects instead of being protected. Cool. Doesn't want to be a damsel. Cool. There's some more groundwork that needs to be done on that. It's a good start. It's a good start for a little bit of character in this character who has been otherwise relatively flat and not in the chest way. Okay, I went off the rails with that one, sorry. I thought I could make a joke. I shouldn't do that. All right, and eventually it is it's just funky. It's just funky. That the character who wants to not be damselized kind of ends up using her special Lucky Lecture Lore ability to sort of win the fight, or at least distract him long enough for Iris to clonk him on the head with a piece of metal. I do really like this scene where we use the little nonchalant mouse to cover up the brutality that's happening directly behind it. As they absolutely pummeled the ever-loving shit out of it, and then we censor the results because he is pummeled to trash. We did it! Nice. Good job. Great. Alright, and then next time is wearing his pride, right? So we know it's a male character, we know it's a proud character. I'm gonna assume it's Arthur. But we'll see. We'll have to find out. All in all, I think this was a pretty fun episode with a pretty interesting and solid setup here at the beginning. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot about this whole sequence that exists. So immediately before this earthquake happens, we have a vision from Shinra with glowing nuts and fire and flames and light and stuff, seeing Iris, and her eyes are glowing red as though this is an Adola link of some kind. And then he gets pins and needles in his calves, and then an earthquake occurs. Now we know that earthquakes have been occurring because the world is fucked, but this seems more like an underground explosion than anything else. I don't know. Have to see if that happens again. Pretty weird sequence. Pretty weird sequence there. Don't really know what to think about that one. It also seems like this particular moment, or this particular... No, it isn't, because the lieutenant is up in the front. I was going to say that this is the particular sequence where they drew inspiration from for the OP, and I'm sure that it is, to an extent. But, like, the whole Matchbox sequence was almost the same arrangement of characters. I don't know whether that makes the OP better. Maybe. I like the little lull, the little tension building lull before they actually get to this entrance to the nether. It's kind of nice. Yeah, and I think that's about it for what I wanted to talk about this episode. Had some seriously cool fight with some really great looking animation and cool stuff. Maki's a fucking badass, but we knew that already. She's just even more of a badass. I assume we will turn next episode our attention toward the other characters that haven't had a chance in the spotlight to show off their new skills and abilities and powers and tricks, and they'll fight some other people. Maybe fight Arrow, maybe fight who else? I don't know, some of the other people. Great. Cool. Pretty solid episode. That's gonna be it. I've been Teeaboo. This has been Fire Force episode 19. I hope you've enjoyed it as much or more than I have, and I hope to catch you next week when we will probably be watching episode 20, assuming it is coming out next week. I haven't heard otherwise, so yeah, see you there. Peace.